Greetings out there on YouTube. This is Chris McKee with Alamo Music Center in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. Find us online at alamomusic.com. Today we have a comparison for you that's been something we've gotten some requests for, and something I've been wanting to shoot for a while. And that is between two juggernauts in Taylor Guitars lineup. And that is the 814 CE here on my right and the 614 CE here on my left. Now, we've done review videos of both of these guitars individually in the past, but we want to talk about kind of the similarities and differences between these guitars and then play them for you so that you can hear the difference. One of the most common requests that I get, or questions rather, is there a place for both of these guitars in my collection? And the answer to that is yes, because as similar as they are also very different, and I think they both have great strengths that would exemplify playing and could find a place in any collection. I know I have two guitars similar to these in my collection and like them for the outstanding reasons of the tone woods that we'll find in both of these. Now, let's talk about some of the features of both of these guitars. These are two of Taylor's most popular models. They are both grand auditorium sized guitars. The price point is pretty similar between them, with the 814 being a little bit more expensive. Now, obviously the aesthetic features differ between them. You have plain maple binding on the 800 series, whereas ebony binding is on the 600 series. The inlays are different between them, and you'll notice some coloring differences between them as well. But they are also very, very similar. The 814 CE started a redesign in Taylor's lineup back at the end of 2013, and was featured in the 2014 Winter NAMM show. What Taylor did is they went back and they started to tweak on their flagship model, the 800 series. What they did was they changed the bracing to what has become known as the advanced performance bracing. They utilized hide glue construction, and they came out with a 3.2, 3.6 very, very, very thin finish of, I think it's about 3.2 mils. So about half the thickness of the finish previously, and the previous finish was pretty thin on its own. So the combination of all of those, the new bracing, the hide glue, the thinner finish, and the aesthetic changes, created this revamp of the model. And it's been met by just cheers and great reviews and accolades. It is a fantastic, extremely resonant guitar. Now, the construction of this is spruce and East Indian rosewood. So we have Sitka spruce for the top wood, East Indian rosewood for the back and sides. Mahogany neck, ebony fingerboard bridge, 1 3/4 inch nut, 25.5 inch scale, Taylor hallmarks. The 600 series was redesigned later, using many of the changes that was introduced in the 800 series, specifically new advanced performance bracing, the thinner finish, and hide glue construction. The rest of the build is very similar. The same scale, same materials for the bridge and for the fingerboard, the neck, and the same ES2 pickup system, and so forth. Now, one of the changes, however, to the advanced performance bracing is that this is a spruce top with maple back and sides. Maple has a different tone than rosewood does, right? So it doesn't really make sense to brace maple like you would brace rosewood. However, for most of the history of the flat top acoustic guitar, that's exactly what happened. Maple was braced exactly like rosewood. And as a result, you got a guitar that sounded compressed, controlled, tight, and bright. And that's a great stage guitar because you can control the overtones and the sustain and amplify it with a pickup system and not have to worry so much about feedback. But that's about the only accolade that maple guitars generally got. They were bright, they would ring out, they were easy to put a pickup in. And that's about it. So what Andy Powers over at Taylor wanted to do was he wanted to really bring out the beauty of maple, both in appearance as well as in tone. Now, there's another feature on this guitar that's unique to the 600 series, and that is that the Sitka spruce top is torrefied. Now, that's a buzzword in the industry, but basically what it means is that it's been heat treated in a low oxygen or zero oxygen environment for a certain period of time at a certain level of heat to get what Taylor considers maybe a medium well roast on it in order to get the guitar to open up a bit, causing some of the volatiles to escape and the crystals to crystallize so that the top kind of does what a 5, 10, 15-year-old top would on its own. Now, on the back and sides, we have big leaf maple. Usually it's flamed maple on most of the guitars I've seen, but it's figured maple. Now, what Taylor's done is they have gone to this maple with a beautiful hand-rubbed finish called brown sugar. And it's gorgeous. It reminds you, between the back and the sides, of an orchestral instrument like a violin or a cello. And that's really what we're going for here, because guess what? Those are made with maple and spruce as well. Now, going back to the maple back and sides, it needs to be braced differently, right? So the advanced performance bracing was tweaked for this model, with the back braces tapering off and never touching the sides at all. What that does is it allows the maple to move more, because maple has a fast velocity compared to rosewood. It doesn't have to be controlled as much as rosewood does, and so we can basically allow it to vibrate a bit more by shortening those braces, tapering them off, and getting it to move. What resulted was a much warmer maple guitar in the lineup, with greater sustain, wonderful evenness, but not this kind of thin, harsh, bright tone that many maple acoustic guitars are known for. So those are the differences between these guitars. In a lot of ways, they're very, very similar, but the changes of bracing, the torrefied top, and the difference of tone wood on the back and side do create two different voicings within this lineup. And we're going to compare those for you right now so that you can hear the nuanced differences between an 814 CE and the 614 CE. We hope you enjoyed our video comparison of Taylor's 814 CE and 614 CE guitar in the lineup. Did you hear the differences? Do you have a preference? Comment below and let us know what you think. If you have questions on either of these guitars, go online to alamomusic.com. Send us an email, give us a call, or come in the store and visit with us. We want to help you find the perfect guitar to suit your needs and help you discover music in your life. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.